Hi yogis and welcome to practice. I'm Charlie and today we're going to do a nice gentle vinyasa flow yoga, especially focusing on opening up the hips today. So join me on your mat and I hope you enjoy. We're going to start today in child's pose, so let's go ahead towards the back of the mat. And let's begin with the knees a little bit wider, the big toes to touching. Perhaps the arms come on out in front and we gently sink down the forehead towards the floor. Now, if your forehead does not reach the floor, it's not comfortable, you can adjust your arm position or you could use a block or a cushion under your head. Now just take a few moments here in your child's pose, just nice and relaxed. Settling into the hips. Mine are pretty tight today. So it doesn't really matter if they're tight, if they're not, just ease everything into the ground. Just feel yourself getting heavy. And take a few slow, steady, deep breaths in and out. Just notice where you're at. Where's your head at? How's your body today? And then slow down your breathing and just relax. I'll take one more deep breath in and out. And then rise up gently onto your hands and your knees. Hands, fingers spread out nice and wide, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to inhale and lengthen and lift the head and tailbone into a happy cow pose. And as you exhale, round the spine, arch the back up to the sky and angry cat. Super. Inhale, look up, lift the tailbone up high. And exhale, rounding. And one more time. Inhale, bring it under. And exhale, over. Bring it back to the center. Really important. We're going to warm up the wrists a bit today. So take a few circles around the wrists. Now, if you find this is already too much, just be very gentle. Take smaller circles. And if it feels comfortable, change direction. Perhaps putting a bit more pressure down into the hands, press into the fingers, press down into the heels of the hands as well. And then come to a nice still position. Go ahead and turn one hand externally, rotate the fingers towards you. If that feels okay, go ahead and do the other one as well at the same time. If you feel you prefer to do it one at a time, do one at a time. And if it's too much pressure, go ahead and bring the hands closer to your knees so you can put the body weight down into the knees instead into the hands. Now I feel quite comfortable with this one, so I'm going to start adding a little bit of a rock forward and back to get a nice stretch into the wrists. Also might go ahead and take a cat-cow. As you inhale, you look up. As you exhale, you press down into the hands. You feel that stretch intensify. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, rounding the spine. And wherever you're at, perhaps one more breath in and out. Awesome. And then gently release the wrists and turn them back around the other way. Feel free to shake them out if you want to. I'm going to do one more wrist stretch here. Go ahead, tuck the toes. Sit the hips back on the toes. Try and stretch out the bottoms of the feet. It's really good for them. Roll the shoulders back 2 or 3 times. Nice big shoulder rolls. Just mobilizing the shoulders, warming up the body. We'll inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. And exhale, cactus the arms, lifting the heart. Pressing the elbows back and down, cactus the fingers. And then take the hands back and behind you, interlace the fingers and chase the ground. Lift through the heart space, press down into the hands. We'll take a nice deep breath in and out. Inhale once more and then exhale, release. Bring the hands back down onto your mat. Tap out the toes if you manage to keep them tucked under. Well done. From here, we tuck the toes under. Would perhaps adjust your fingers if you need to. Let's go ahead and lift up into downward facing dog. All right, we're going to press firmly into the fingertips, lengthening all the way from the fingertips up to the tailbone. Starting today with bent knees. So if you've got tight hips today, you might also want to start with bent knees. Really depends on how much mobility, flexibility, and tightness you have within your lower back, your hips, and hamstrings. If you feel good, you can start to pedal out those heels, pressing one heel to the floor at a time. stretching down the back of the body, all the way down the backs of the hamstrings and the calves and Achilles. Doesn't matter if the heels don't touch the floor, they just want to anchor down towards the floor. Get some nice stretchy feelings into those legs, and then go ahead and separate the toes a little bit wider. Press into the heels, lift the tailbone high. From here, we're going to turn the heels to the right-hand side, drop into the left heel, bend the right knee, and press hard into the two hands, getting a nice stretch down that left side of the body. Awesome. Inhale, gently turn on the toes and point the heels to the left. Press down into the right heel, bend the left knee, and lift those hips high. Return back to the center, both toes facing forward. All right, we'll take an inhale here. Soften and bend the knees slightly, look towards the hands. And then as you exhale, just push all the way forward into a high plank pose. All right, send the chest between the hands. Draw the belly button in, push down firmly into the hands. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, chaturanga, you can do full body, or you can always pop the knees down first and then lower your way down. We're going to rise into a baby cobra. Inhale, elbows tucked in tight. And exhale, lower all the way down. Fingertips are going to come off the mat beside the head. Elbows point up, forehead to the floor. As you inhale, slowly rise up. And as you exhale, roll it back down. So being very gentle on the back to begin with. Inhale, rising. And exhale, falling. Inhale, rising. And exhale, falling. Now, if you would like to, you can inhale, rise to the top in the center. As you exhale, drop one shoulder down. So let's say we drop the left shoulder, drop the left side of the head down, look towards your right elbow. As you inhale, you bob back up to the center. And as you exhale, you drop your right shoulder and look to the left elbow. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Exhale, lower one shoulder, look the other way. Inhale, center. And exhale, one more time. And inhale up to the center. As you exhale, lower all the way down. And then bring the hands beside the heart center. We're going to roll up via cobra. And exhale into downward facing dog. Awesome. From here, bend the knees, look at the hands, inhale. As you exhale, step or walk your way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Hang out for a few moments. Perhaps you hug the elbows, perhaps you bend the knees. And just relax the head. Let yourself be floppy and stretch out through the back body. From here, release the arms and slowly rise up like a rag doll all the way to the top of your tall mountain. Roll the shoulders back, reach up to the sky, inhale, and exhale, hands to the heart center. Awesome. We're going to run through one more sun salutation just to really warm the body up. So let's do Surya Namaskar 8. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, forward fold all the way down to the ground. Take a halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale the hands to the floor. Hop or step back, high plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, take a chaturanga. You can go down and up, or you can just simply lower the one time. Rise up into cobra, up dog or sphinx. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Pause here in your down dog. Take a nice breath in and out. And then soften the knees, look to the hands. Inhale, exhale, hop or step forward to the front of your mat. We'll take a halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, lower. Soft knees, roll all the way up to standing. Nice and tall. Go ahead and reach up tall mountain. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Take a pause, take a breath. And now we're warm, hopefully. Create your intention for your practice. How do you want to feel? How do you want to be during or after or within this session today? Have your intention within your heart. Send it to your hands. And then simply set it free and let it go. Let's make it happen, guys. So inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. As you exhale, forward fold all the way down to the ground. Okay, we're going to take a halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend the left knee, take the left hand over to the right leg, and sweep that right hand up to the sky in a nice little twist. Try and lift the right fingertips away from you, push the hips back. Inhale. Exhale, look down, bring the hand all the way down. Take the right hand across to the left ankle as you inhale. And as you exhale, reach that left hand up to the sky. Beautiful. Push the hips away, reach up with the fingertips, inhale. And exhale, look down and bring that left hand down to the ground. Inhale, rise up, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop or step back, high plank. You can always skip the chaturanga as you lower, rise into your up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to meet in our down dog and begin our first series. Go ahead and lift the right leg up to the sky, keeping the hips square. Push the floor away from you. Take a nice deep breath in and out, three-legged dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose one time. Hug it in. Inhale. Send that right leg up and back. And exhale, step your right foot through your two hands. Lower down the back knee gently. Sweep the hands up to the sky and reach. Sink into the hips as far as you want to go, pressing into the back toes, lifting through the heart space. We'll take a lovely deep breath in here. And exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. From here, left hand goes down to the floor and reach the right hand up to the sky. If you want to intensify that twist, add a lift of the back knee. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, bring that right hand back down to the ground. Pop down the back knee. Reach the hands out in front of you as far as you can, sinking low into the right hip. And you can relax the back toes. Keep sinking a little bit lower. Maybe put the forearms down or maybe keep them off the ground into your lizard. We'll take one more deep breath in. All right, and exhale, bring the hands gently back to where you came from. Okay, lift up the back knee, send the right foot all the way up and back. And this time you can open that right hip, take a nice deep breath in and out. Three-legged dog, and perhaps circle the ankle, and perhaps circle that right hip as well. Awesome. Take a nice deep breath in, kick that knee high. Exhale, pop that right foot back down on the ground. Left leg lifts. Inhale, sweep the left leg up to the sky, nice and straight with the hips. Keep lifting through that back heel. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose one time. Inhale, send it up and back. And exhale, step that left foot through your two hands. Lower down the back knee gently. Look forward and in front. And rise up into a low crescent lunge. Sink the hips forward as you exhale, reaching through the fingers as you inhale. Awesome. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale, gently lower the hands down to the mat. Right hand comes down, left hand lifts up, and if it feels good, lift up the back knee as well. Keep opening up the heart, pull the tummy in, and get that left knee pointing straight over the toes. Inhale, one more deep breath. And exhale, look down. Bring the left hand down. Pop down the back knee, and go ahead and reach the hands as far forward as you can, sinking into your left hip. You can always use the back foot and press down into it to feel yourself getting that little bit deeper into the left hip. Remember, you can pop the forearms down on the floor if you want to as well. We'll take a nice deep breath all the way in and out. And then bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift up the back knee, tuck under the back toes, and the left leg up and back and open in your three-legged dog. From here, feel free to circle the ankle, and perhaps even circle the hip. We'll take another deep breath in here, and exhale, put that left foot all the way back down where it came from. Take a deep breath in and out, downward facing dog. And then inhale, shift forward into your high plank. Optional, chaturanga, dandasana, lower and lift. And then lower, rise into your up dog, cobra or sphinx. And downward facing dog. Awesome. Take a nice deep breath in and out. We're going to do that one more time on each side. So lift the right leg up to the sky. Inhale here, squeeze your bum, push the arms away. Take another deep breath in, lift that right foot a bit higher. Exhale, knee to nose, one time. Inhale, up and back with the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot through your two hands. Lower the back knee down, sweep the hands up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale once more. And exhale, bring the hands down. Lift up the back knee. Sweep the right hand up to the sky and twist open in your side lunge. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, bring that hand all the way down. Gently bend and put down that back knee. Reach the hands forward and in front. You can stay here. You can also come down into a lizard pose. Or if you want to, you can kick back the back foot, kicking it up towards your bum. Reach the right hand up and back and catch the foot and pull it in towards you. Now, if that feels good, you can be on the hand, out in front. You can have the hand beside the foot. You can also do this from your forearm as well. And then if it feels good, pulling the leg in, kick the foot away from you. Feel that hip opening up. We'll take a nice deep breath in and out. And then gently release the foot. Bring both hands all the way back beside the right foot, underneath the shoulders. Lift up the back knee and send that right leg up, back, and open. This time, if you want to, you can stay here, or you can flip the dog into Wild Thing. Gently taking the right foot over the left. Sink the hips first if you want to. And open the hips, open the heart. Make sure you're pressing into all the parts that are pushing into the mat. Lifting the chest high, lifting the hips high. Squeeze your bum, protect your back. One more deep breath in. And then look down, bring the right hand back down. Back to your three-legged dog. And then downward facing dog. Let's move on to the other side. Great job. Inhale, left leg lifts up, straight up behind us. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose one time. Inhale, send the left leg back and up. And exhale, step the left foot through your two hands. Lower down the back knee, look up. Lift up with the arms. Inhale, as you exhale, sink the hips down. Keep lifting open through the heart space, lifting through the fingers. Take a lovely deep breath in. And exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Right hand pops down, left hand lifts up. Option to lift the back knee and twist. Make sure you push into the inside of the left foot and try to keep the back leg straight. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Look down, bring the left hand down. Lower down the back knee gently. And then option here to go into lizard pose, to reach the hands out in front, or to kick back with the right foot, try and kick your bum. Reach the left hand out in front as you inhale, circle it around, and exhale, grab a hold of that foot and pull it in towards you. Ooh, I'm tight today. From here, take a nice deep breath in and out. Wherever you reach is absolutely fine for the day. No pressure to have to catch your foot. If it's not comfortable on your knee, you can always use a cushion under the knee or just miss this part out. You can also hold on to the lower back instead if you want to get the twist and the open for the shoulder. We'll take one more deep breath in wherever you did get to. As you exhale, release that foot. Bring the hands all the way back underneath the two shoulders. From here, tuck under the back toe, lift up the back knee. Lift that left foot up and back and open the hip. Inhale. As you exhale, option to go into wild thing. Drop the left toe down. Sink the hips first if you want to, and then lift up and open. Enjoy the opening. Whether you stay in your three-legged dog, that's fine. If you flip, go to a position that feels good for you. We'll take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, look down, bring that left hand down. Return to your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, shift forward into your high plank pose. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower your body all the way down onto your belly. Relax the toes. Reach the hands down and back behind you, palms down. Forehead can go down to the floor. Then we're going to sweep the shoulders back. Lift up the kneecaps, push down into the tops of the feet. Lift the hands off the floor and take a variation of locust pose. You want your eyes to be low so that your neck is long. Remember, it's an extension of your spine. And just get a nice back strengthener as you lift the heart. Take a lovely deep breath all the way in. And exhale, hands come beside the heart. Rise up into cobra or up dog or sphinx. And exhale, simply sit back in a child's pose. Take a moment here and pause. Knees can be wide or together. Arm position is totally up to you. And just take a moment to breathe. Notice how you feel. And we're going to move on into the next section. All right, you guys, so from your child's pose, go ahead and lift up into downward facing dog. And we're going to lift the right leg up to the sky in a three-legged dog. If you want to, you can kick up higher with a straight leg or with a bent knee if that felt good to open the hip. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose one time. Inhale, send the right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot through your two hands. And then rise up into a high crescent lunge. You're going to take a nice deep breath in here as we lift up high through the hands. And as you exhale, open into warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. And drop down the back heel. Relax the shoulders down, reach the fingers wide. And sink into your front knee. You want that front knee to be pointing directly over the toes. You don't want it to be folding in. Once it's in line over the toes, see if you can sink a bit lower. Good. Hold here. Stay nice and strong with the legs. Maybe sink that a little bit lower. We're going to flip the front hand over on an inhale. As we exhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand down, right hand lifts up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And out, sink a bit lower. Inhale, one more breath in. As you exhale, side angle pose. Right hand might come down to the floor. It might go onto the right thigh. Left hand lifts up. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, one more. Exhale, one more. And then inhale, reverse warrior again. Rising up. Finally, exhale, we're going to go to a Trikonasana, triangle pose. Arms come out wide, straighten the two legs. Perhaps step the back foot in a tiny step. As you inhale, we're going to reach forward with the right hand as far as we can whilst pulling the right hip back. As you exhale, just take that right hand down. It might touch the floor, it might touch your thigh, your knee, or your shin, and then sweep the left hand up to the sky. Depending on how tight you are, and also the different lengths within your body, your arms, your legs, your waist, your torso. Depends on what's going to feel good for your triangle today. Keep opening the chest, opening the heart. We'll take one more deep breath in and out. And from here, we're going to find our half moon balance. You can take your left hand onto your waist. Look down just in front of that right foot. We're going to bend the right knee. Take an inhale, reach the right hand towards the front of the mat. And as you exhale, slide the back foot forward and up. Half moon. Now you can do this many ways. If you have a way that you like to do it, please take your variation. I like to keep a tiny bend in the right leg to begin with, fingertips to the floor. If that feels good, then you can always open the left hand up to the sky. Or you might like to straighten up and lift the kneecap on the right foot and lift the right hand off the floor. We're going to take another deep breath in and out. Keep lifting through your left ankle bone. It's okay if you fall and wobble. Make your way back slowly. From here, you guys, we're going to rise up to standing, and this is the tricky part. Keep your balance. Remember to breathe. Use your big toe to take lots of pressure down into the ground. And when you're ready, inhale, your gaze will move. You're going to rise up, lift the left knee up in front, arms lift up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hands to the heart and figure 4. Left leg goes across the right leg. If you need a pause, you take a pause. You can also use your hands on your leg to adjust it if you want to. Draw the belly in and sink down low as you want to. Go. Maybe you stay upright with the hands at the heart. If it feels nice, you can also take the hands down to the ground too. From here, slowly rise, bring yourself back up to standing. Reach that left knee high, hands high, inhale. As you exhale, standing half split, take the hands down to the floor. Send that left leg up and back behind you, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back to the back of your mat. Hands come down to the floor. Send the right leg up and back and open the hip, inhale. If you want to flip dog, exhale by all means. You can go there just to give a moment to open the hip again. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale here. As you exhale, shift forward, high plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Let's go ahead, meet in down dog, and then we'll do the other side. So from here, we're going to lift the left leg up to the sky. You can keep it straight, or you can bend the knee and open the hip if you want to. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose one time. Inhale, the leg goes up and back. Exhale, step the left foot through your 2 hands. Rise up into a high crescent lunge. Try to keep your balance. Lift the hands high. Sink into the hips, deep breath in. And as you exhale, warrior 2. Open the arms wide. Sink down into your left leg. Relax the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. If it feels good, perhaps sink in a little bit lower. Stay strong in your warrior. And then from here, turn the front hand over, flip it over, inhale. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Lift the left hand up to the sky. Take a lovely deep breath all the way in here. As you exhale, side angle pose. Left elbow goes down onto the thigh or left hand down to the floor. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Try to sink the hips and press the left arm into the left leg into the left arm to open that left hip. Awesome. We'll take another deep breath in and out. And as you inhale, bring it back to your reverse warrior. From here, getting ready for triangle. Arms come straight, straighten the front leg. You might like to step the back foot in, heel toe it in slightly to give you more reach, more room across the waist. As you inhale, reach the hands forward, pull the hips back. And as you exhale, left hand goes down, right hand comes up. Now feel free to keep your gaze low, or you can look up towards the fingertips at the top. Either way, the hip is pulling back, left hip back, and left hip open, chest open. If you feel you're folding forward, rise up a bit higher. There's no need to be down touching the floor unless you're more bendy. Take a deep breath in right here. As you exhale, take your right hand onto your waist. Get ready for your half moon balance. So from here, guys, we're going to bend that front knee. Find your gaze just out in front. Bring the left hand out in front. You're going to slide that back foot up and up to the sky, balancing on your left hand, left foot, lifting through the right ankle bone. Pull the tummy button in. When you find your gaze and your balance and your breath, you can reach the right hand up to the sky. Play with options here, either a little bend in the left knee, or you might like to lift it and lift through the kneecap. Reach through the fingertips. Perhaps you lift the left hand off the floor. It's entirely up to you. Coming up, we have the more challenging transition from here to our figure 4. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, bend the left knee, start to. From here, we're going to bend the left knee a little bit and start to rise all the way up. Bring both hands up to the sky, lift the right knee up in front, inhale here. And exhale, figure 4. Leg goes across the left leg, hands to the heart, and start to sit. Drop into those hips. Find your balance by watching something that is not moving. Remember to breathe. And if you wanted to, you can play with the hand position. You can always use your hands to adjust that right leg. Or perhaps take your hands down to the ground and hook the left arm inside of that right foot. I'm going to take one more deep breath in and out. And then slowly bring the hands back to the heart. Standing all the way up tall, reach the hands high, reach the right knee high, inhale. As you exhale, standing half splits, hands come down to the floor. Right leg lifts up to the sky for a breath in. And as you exhale, lower the right foot all the way back to the end of your mat. And then lift the left foot up to the sky. Inhale as you lift it open into a three-legged dog. And exhale if you want to flip dog or wild thing. Go ahead. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a deep breath in and out here. And then shift forward, high plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Take a pause here on the ground. Forehead can come down to the floor as well. Now you can take your locust pose like we did the last time, or you can reach back for one or both ankles. Ready for Dhanurasana, your bow pose. First start by pushing the hip bones into the mat and pulling the heels into your butt. And if that's as far as you want to go today, that is absolutely fine. But if you want to take it to the next step, you're going to simply start to push the feet into the hands, kicking them away from you. Maybe it starts to lift the knees up off the floor as you kick the feet away. Maybe it starts to open the shoulders and lift the chest off the floor too. Kick the feet away as far as you want to go today. Keep squeezing your bum and breathing. And we'll take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, gently release the legs, gently release the hands, and take a pause. As you inhale, go ahead and lift up via cobra. And exhale, sit back in a child's pose. Take a pause in and out and just relax and release. Awesome. Gently rise up onto the hands and the knees. And then from here, downward facing dog. We're going to lift those hips up nice and high. Pull the tummy button in. All right, go ahead and lift the right leg up to the sky. You can open the hip if you want to. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. We're going to bring the knee to the nose one time. Inhale, send the right leg up and back. Exhale, pigeon pose. Right knee comes to the right hand or the right wrist, and the foot comes across the mat. If you're less flexible in this position, heel comes across to the left hip. If you're very open in the hips, have the foot out so that the leg is more parallel to the mat. And most people will be somewhere in between. Try and find a seated pigeon first of all. Somewhere that challenges your hips a little bit. You want to aim to reduce the gap between your hips and the mat. And when you feel ready in that seated pigeon, take a nice deep breath in, and perhaps if you want to, you can fold forward and lie that pigeon down. You can take your chest or your forehead to the floor and just settle in to a nice comfortable pose. I always like to say, go on the edge of your comfort zone here so it feels really comfortable, but actually you're still getting a really nice deep stretch across the hip. If pigeon pose is not comfortable for your knees or your back or your ankles, you can do the reverse by lying on your back and pulling your leg up towards you in the same way we have here, but lying down on your back. As you relax in your pigeon pose, you should find it starts to get easier and easier. Your chest gets lower towards the ground. It feels more comfortable. If that's the case and you want to stretch it a little bit further, you can do two things. You can walk your back foot further back behind you if there's room. You can also bring your right foot up the mat a little bit higher and then reset the hips. And we'll take one more nice deep breath in and out here. And then slowly rise up. Go ahead and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck under the back toe and send that right leg all the way back into your downward facing dog. Walk out that down dog. Move the hips. Release. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Option to open the hip if that feels good for you. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, pigeon pose on the left. So left knee to the left wrist. Foot can come across the mat as far as you want it to go. Sink the hips down gently. Find a nice seated pigeon. Try and hold that seated pigeon for a little bit, just to challenge your hips a little bit more. We'll take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, folding forward and lying down in your pigeon pose. And just relax also here, just like we did on the first side. Taking your time, just settle into the hips. And release. And once again, if it starts to get nice and easy, you can always walk the back foot back a little bit further, or the front foot further forward. And we'll take one more deep breath in and out. And then slowly rise up onto the hands. Tuck under the back toe, lift up the back knee, and step that left leg back into your downward facing dog. Move the hips a little bit from side to side. Hopefully they feel a lot nicer. Cool, nearly there, you guys. Hands a little bit closer to one another. Press and really lengthen your downward facing dog. And then from here, go ahead, lift up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look at the hands as you inhale. As you exhale, you can step or hop your feet to the outsides of your two hands. And take a seat in Malasana. Get a nice low yogi squat, using perhaps the elbows to press the knees wide. And looking straight ahead. Try to get the chest up, head up. If yogi squat is not comfortable for you, then you simply come up a bit higher. This doesn't work for everybody's knees. You can always come up to a half squat. Still not collapsing, still lifting the chest up. Eyes higher, not straight ahead, but higher than the ground. Pushing down into the elbows. So either squat is good. I'm going to open up a little bit more here by reaching the hands wide. And then go ahead and reach the right hand up to the sky as your left arm pins the left leg in. From here, take the right hand behind your back and take a half or a full bind if you want to. Take a deep breath in and out. And then release. From here, right hand presses down into the floor and press out into that right leg. Reach the left arm up to the sky, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can always take that left hand behind for a half bind, right hand back for a full bind. And take another deep breath in and out. And then from here, simply release the two hands, bring them back to the heart. Lift the chest, take a deep breath in and out. And then have a seat on your mat. Baddha Konasana, feet together and knees wide. Good. You can also use your elbows to push down into the knees. Lift the chest high. Many people like to fold their forehead down towards, or their chest down towards the feet in this position. If that is you, you can do that too. For me, I'm still working on pushing my knees wide, so I'm going to stay sitting up as tall as I can. And take a few deep breaths in and out. One more deep breath in and out. And then we're going to release. From there, bring the knees together and give them a hug. All right. Then we're going to send the right leg out long, take the left leg over the top. If you are comfortable like this and you also want to bend the bottom knee, you can bend the bottom knee too. We're going to take a deep breath in, sit up tall, hug the knee. Left hand can go back behind you. Reach the right hand up tall as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, either hug the knee again or hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee and look behind you. Try to stay sitting up tall as you can. And we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, release, bring it back to the center. Take a counter twist, just lifting the chest up the other direction. Inhale deeply, and then exhale back to the center. Switch the legs over. Remember, you can have the bottom leg straight if you want to, or bent. Hug the feet in tightly, hug that right knee in as well. And then right hand goes back behind you, left hand lifts up as you inhale. Exhale, bring the left elbow on the outside of the right knee and twist. Breathe a little bit deeper if you want to feel more of the twist. And we'll take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, gently return back to the center. We'll counter twist this to the other direction, lifting the chest up high. Inhale. And then exhale back to the middle. Undo your legs. And then go ahead and roll back on your mat, hugging the knees into your body. You're nearly there, you guys. So perhaps take a little rock side to side, make sure the lower back feels good. And from here, take the arms on the insides of the knees and reach either peace fingers around the big toes or take the hands around the outer edges of the 2 feet. Push down the lower back, pull down the shoulders, and kick the heels up and away for happy baby pose. Really try and push the lower back down first of all. That's going to neutralize the spine. And then once you've done that, you can always have a play, kicking the legs out straight, maybe bending one, bending the other, straightening one, straightening the other, doing what feels nice for your hips and for your legs. What I love to do here is push the feet away whilst trying to pull with the hands. And that activates my hips so much more, so I get like a strengthening whilst I'm stretching. Awesome. We'll take one more deep breath all the way in and out. And then gently release. Hug the knees in. Cool. Finally, let's take a little twist. Go ahead and bring the knees in line with the hips and the feet about 90 degrees up with the knees. Arms can come out wide. Pull the belly in. Inhale here. As you exhale, let the knees fold all the way to one side, gently lowering the knees down as you look the opposite direction. And enjoy a little opening twist into the back. If you want to, you can use the hand to press down the knees or the thighs. Breathe deeply, relax. And then releasing them. Inhale as you lift the knees back up to the center. And as you exhale, rock the knees all the way over to the left and perhaps looking over the other shoulder, the opposite shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders down on the ground, but if they do lift up, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can also bring the arm, instead of being shoulder level, you can always bring them a bit lower, and that might take a bit of pressure out of the shoulders, if that's a problem for you. You can feel free again to use the opposite hand to push the legs down to intensify that stretch and twist. It feels so good. And we'll take one more deep breath in. Exhale, gently release that leg. Inhale, bring the knees back up to the center. And finally, give your knees a nice hug into the body. Awesome. Take a deep breath in and out and squeeze everything tight. And as you exhale, relax and find Shavasana. Relax the shoulders, relax the hips. Let the legs go nice and long. And pause. You can close your eyes, relax your eyelids, relax your cheeks. Relax your lips, your jaw, your throat, your neck and shoulders. And go ahead and take a deep breath all the way in. And let it go all the way out. Beautiful. Settle into your breath and enjoy the sensations within you. Now I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana to take as long as you want to rest and let the magic happen. So I just want to say thank you for practicing with me today. Thank yourself for dedicating time to your practice. And in love and in light, namaste.